Look what pretty frets, man. And fretboard. Fretboard's been treated, oiled, linseeded, and we're ready to set this guitar up. Alright folks, welcome back and thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time here, my name's Randy. Of course you can tell that by the channel name. Subscribe. If you're not subscribed, do it right now while you're thinking about it. Just click that button. It takes like 2 seconds to do it. And click the bell if you want to do that too. But 90% of the people that watch my videos are not even subscribed to this channel. If you like the videos, or they help you, or you learn from them, or you just like to laugh or just like to watch them, please do subscribe. It would help me a great deal. And videos keep coming that way. I'm going to work on this on the hendrix like guitar today. And set it up. I got all the specs here. It's going to be an unusual setup for this channel, by the way, too. He wants a little higher action than normal. I've got everything right down here. He tunes 1/2 step low. So we need to keep that in mind and set this guitar up for that. Because, you know, if he's tuned 1/2 step up into 440 standard, it's going to pull more stress in the guitar. Neck release is going to change. Oh, cue ball's here. So stay tuned for that. I'll try to get her on here at the end of the show for you if she's around. Anyways, he wants 70 thousandths string action at the 12th fret on the low E. He didn't say what he wanted the high E, but I'll set it a little less than that, maybe 60. And check the nut slots. He said, I commented 2 or 3 times on somebody did a very good job making this nut, or if they made it. And he said he made it, the owner of the guitar. And by the way, the owner of this guitar, this Hendrix guitar, is the same guy that owned that Harmony Hollywood. Y'all remember that guitar? So yeah, when you have a customer come back twice, you must be doing something right. Alright, let's, I'll get you bring over here closer and we'll start on this. I want to check a few things before I put strings on. It's getting Ernie Ball hybrid slinkies, 9 to 46s. So let's do it! It had 8s on it. Here's what it's getting. And they are 9s. So hopefully that's going to pull 11 in. If not, then I'm going to have to take the neck off and get in here and adjust the truss rod. Have to loosen all the strings, take them all off, get in there adjusted if I don't land on 11. Let's hope it does. Alright, I'm not going to hold you up for this. We'll get the strings on it and get them stretched out and all that jazz. And then I'll bring you back and we'll start making adjustments. So let's do it! This tuner's a Cord, by the way, TM-40. You know who sent it to me. Thank you for everything you sent. I use the guts out of this, man, more so than my Peterson tuner. Now I've got it set on 440 right now, standard tuning, but all I gotta do is like that E, tune it to an E flat. If I note 1 fret, it reads E in 440. So that's a 1/2 step down. That's where he likes. That can come up a little bit. I looped the keys on this guitar too. Keys work really nice on this thing, man. Perfect. Alright. Let me bring you back here after I gather up some tools. Let's see, I need tools, man. More tools. We need more tools. And I'll bring you right back after I screw my head back on. Yeah, the owner said he made that nut himself, man. I'll check the slots on it, by the way, and before I put the strings on. And it's perfect. I mean, I couldn't make a nut any better than that right there myself. I couldn't do it. Alright. It's the wrong one. I've got a 10 and a 6 here. So we'd like to see. That's just about what it is. 16 thousandths. And I remember the first, second, and third strings were a little bit lower than that. Yeah. I can't get in there without lifting the string. I didn't do anything to the nut. See, it's a little tight. They're probably more like 12 thousandths, maybe 14. But these top three, you can hear that. It just goes under there and that's all. Now he wants the neck relief at 11 thousandths. Check this out, man. I had to go through 3 of these to find one of them that had an actual 11 in it. Had one that had a 10 and a 2. Everything but what I needed to make 11. But I found this big thick one here. Check that out, man. And it has an 11 in there, so we're set. Oh man, I hope I don't have to take the neck back off of this guitar to set the relief in it. But if we do, we will. We'll take the strings loose, take the neck off, and I'm going to note all the way down here at the end of the fretboard. I think I'm in the camera, yeah. Because that adjusting head is right there. I mean, you know, the thing runs the length of the entire length of the neck. And this is the 11, yes. Get down there where I can see this. That is an 11, but it's tight. And I'll tell you what I'm thinking. This guitar has not had any stress on it for a while. It may settle down and that get looser right there. Let's just see for gits and shields. Yeah, that's... I never checked this side anyway. And those little strings don't need very much for them to vibrate. Mainly what you want to be concerned with are these wound strings. So you'll go under there, but it's oh so very slightly raising that. Very, very little bit. Let me note it up here and see if it makes any difference. No. There. It goes under that one. That's an 11 right there. That's an 11 too. Might have a little bit of fall away back here causing that. So it is 11. I'm gonna wait. Like I said, I'm gonna let it settle down a few days, and then check that again, and we'll see. Because guitars settle down, you know, especially when they haven't had string tension on them for a while. Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna measure in thousandths here instead of 64ths like I usually do. I lost my piece of paper with the... Here it is. He wants the low E string to be 70 thousandths. It's a 12th fret. That's what he likes. And we're at 60 thousandths right now. No, 50. 50 thousandths. So we're going to have to adjust that up. For those wondering what that would be in 64ths, it's about 4/64ths, roughly. High E string, it's set at 4/64ths. In thousandths, that is... See, that's what I mean. Somebody's telling me about painting thing on here, or collars on here, so I'll know which way to pick this up and turn it. Well, I need different things every time I pick it up. You know what I mean? So that wouldn't always work. Wow. That's down there, man. There's plastic on this thing to keep it from rusting. And the plastic's folding up around the... It's about 40 thousandths is what that is. It's folding up around the edges. Alright, well, we got to come up with the action. We know that. Let me gather more tools, and I'll bring you back and we'll get into it. This definitely is not your average Fender setup back here. These screws to lower and raise the action, they are so tiny, man. I got all kind of Fender wrenches here. They're way too big for it. Those are the smallest of those I have. I have this, and it fits it, and it says, all it says on it is very tiny. CR-V 1.3. That's all the writing there is on it. And it is one tiny little tip, man, if you can see that. A tiny little tip, but it fits. Alright. I'm going to need to check the radius here in a minute, but we'll do that later. Right now I just want to get the string raised up. You look how tiny that is. Wow. Look how tiny that is. I'm going to go with one complete turn. That may be too much. I'm going to go with one complete turn on this one. My God, that's tiny. And just real quickly see where we landed there. I know I need a cameraman. Still looking for anyone for hire for that, man. Alright, we want to see 70 thousandths on that low E. And we are at 60 thousandths. Let's go a half a turn more. So that's one whole turn. There's a half a turn more. There's 2 screws per saddle. Okay, that's a turn and a half. Alright? If that lands us on 70, we'll go a turn and a half with all of them. And if the radius is right, it'll still be right. 70 thousandths. Dead on the money. Alright, I won't bore you to death with this. I'm going to go a turn and a half on 2, 4, 6, 8 more screws with that little bastard. Wow, that's little. Check that out, man. Look how tiny that is. Look at that. It is little. I've got all these wrenches here like this that are way too big for it. I never saw one like that before. Definitely not Fender. And it says something on there, and I put my visors on. It's a word that looks like it starts with the R, and then it says vintage. But it's, like I said, it's so dang small and tiny, man. I can't see it. I can't, even with the visors on. Alright, turn and a half. I'll bring you back once I get that achieved. Alright, we already know that the radius on this guitar is a 10. Because when I've done the frets, I know. I got a thing out here and checked it. I forgot about doing the frets, I guess, but the 10 is what it is. So I have a 10 here on this little tool as well. Now that's tight in there, man. I can hear it's not a 10 radius back here. That first string needs to be lowered. Well, let me start in the middle. Several of them out. Second one definitely, and the fifth one. So I have got to bring that second one down. Let's see, let's go a quarter of a turn and try it, because it's pretty touchy here. And a quarter of a turn on the fifth. Was the fifth one need to come up? I think maybe I forgot that quickly. Fifth one definitely needs to come down. Go a quarter of a turn with that. Quarter of a turn. Quarter of a turn. Let's see if that's enough. That first string needs to come down a wee bit. Try a quarter of a turn or less on it. It don't need to come down very much. Being it's a 9, it's going to be, that's it. Second one needs to come down again a little bit more. Not even a quarter of a turn. when you do this, you don't want to pull up on this tool very hard. I can pull it up there and make all the strings hit it, but you just want to rest the tool against the strings evenly and lightly. Third one needs to come down just a tiny little bit. You got to dial it in. I mean, you know, you just can go a little bit at a time with this. Third one needs to come down. I'm going to go about an eighth of a turn with it. See if we land anywhere near right. That's it. It wouldn't hurt to drop that fourth one just ever so lightly. Eighth of a turn maybe on the fourth. And that should be good to go. As far as that goes, we still got to set the intonation too. 10, set to a 10. There it is. And there's the 10, if you can see that. Stupid camera's not going to focus on it. Take my word for it, it's a 10. Now I got to retune this guitar, and I'll bring you back, and we'll measure everything again. Now I know the owner of this guitar has got a fairly heavy touch, so we want to bear that in mind when we check the intonation. You know who you are that sent me this. I know who you are. Thank you, man. This saves my ass tonight, because I didn't have a wrench that would fit that. Okay, we want to check neck relief. That's what we're getting ready to do. See if it's at 11 or where it's at. Slide this down here so we don't bend any relief into the neck. Look at that, man. That is barely moving that string. Oh, there it's not so much. A little bit, very little bit. But see, over time, those strings will pull more neck relief into that, and I think it's going to land exactly on 11. So I wouldn't have cared to took the neck off. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do that, but I would have. If you know, you got to do what you have to do, man, to get this shit right. Now we want to see 70 thousandths right here, and it is dead on the money. I don't know where we ended up here. 60 thousandths on the high E. In 64ths, that's roughly equivalent to 5/64, 6/64ths maybe. That's closer to 5, I think. Low E is 6/64ths. 5/64ths, that's about where it's at. 5/64ths. Alright, let me get hooked up here, and we'll check intonation next. We know we got the radius back here matching that of the frets and the fretboard, and intonation's the last thing. Let's do it! Hopefully you're going to be able to see that tuner there. Green light in the middle is in tune. This one's sharp and this one's flat. I don't know if you can see those marks on there or not. There's a high E harmonic, 12th fret. And I'm going to hit these kind of hard. And here's noted. It's all over the place. Harmonic. String might be tuned a little bit sharp. Here's the B string. Yeah, it is a little sharp. That's a harmonic. Here's noted. Well, you can't get any closer than that. G string harmonic. Favoring sharp. And stretch him out just a little bit. Okay, here's noted. You can't get any better than that, man. D string noted. A harmonic. A noted. Dead on the money. And noted. Ooh, that one's a little sharp. Well, it's tuned a little bit sharp. Okay, hold on. Here's the harmonic. And here's noted. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull that one back a little bit. It's sharp. Oh God, I hope I got a screwdriver right here handy to do it. It fits. This one should. No, it does not fit. Wow, man. Turn the camera on. Everything happens except what you want to. Hold on till I find a fucking screwdriver. Gee. Alright. I found the screwdriver finally that fit, and I pulled the saddle back and retuned. Here's the 6-string harmonic. Hit it pretty hard. Here it is noted. So I pulled it back exactly the right amount. And this guitar be done, folks. A lot of people tell you the very last thing is setting your intonation. But it's very important to also set your pickup height. Let's start with the bridge back here. These need to come way up. I gotta hold the last fret. I need a little short screwdriver for this, man. You know the kind I'm talking about. There she's coming. I won't hold you here through all this, but I wanted to make mention because I know somebody would mention it. Bridge pickup should be. I'll check that just a minute. Okay, where's my tool? Can't find my tool. Here it is. It should be 1/16 of an inch. So we're measuring in inches now. It's 64ths. Oh, there it is. On Fender it likes a little more than that. So I might go with, well, that looks pretty good right there. I'm going to leave that alone. A neck pickup, they like to see 3/32. And then I'll split it in the middle with the middle pickup. Wow, I can't get a hold of that last fret. 3/32. You got to note the last fret. That looks pretty good. Note the last fret. And yeah, the middle one ought to meet somewhere in the middle. The hum you're hearing is not the guitar. It's the amp. That amp we all love so well. Okay, here's a bridge pickup. It works as it should. That's the bridge in the middle. That works okay. That's the middle. That controls the middle one, not this one. Now that one works. And that one. This one should not. It doesn't. So she's wired up perfect, man. intonations with that. Start tuning it because I'll get it out even worse. It is out a little bit. Thank you guys for watching and coming along for this series. You may see this guitar one more time. I'm going to let it settle down several days and check that neck relief again, make sure it does land on 11. So stay tuned. Love you. She's back and got a brand new haircut, folks, and she loves you. What? What? Oh, tell them, say I still love you. What? I love you. I love you. What? Good. There you go. We love you. Come on. Get up in there.